Good afternoon, Lagoon class of 2020. It's my pleasure to share the next couple of minutes with you. Being here with you today reminds me of my own secondary school days. We were also giggly, but we weren't so lucky like you to have a speech delivered to us and all of these beautiful things that you're going to experience live today. And interestingly, today, 20 years later, I'm still friends, with most of my secondary school classmates. I do hope you remain friends, as you move on in life and forward. I must also use this opportunity to commiserate with us on the loss of one of us. I personally attended the burial of Fola, and may her soul rest in peace. And Nelson Mandela said, and I quote, "There is no passion to be found in playing small, in living a life that is less than the one you're capable of living." And that's the message I have for us today. How do we know that we're living our full life? How do we know that we're living to full capacity? How can we tap into our full capacity as it is? And that's not just a rhetorical question, but then a question I want you to keep asking yourself as you move on. I remember several years ago when I finished all my university, after I got married. And I published, for a while because I do love writing. And then at the point I said, no, there is more to be done. I want to do something that is active. And that was why I founded the Nanny Academy, which my vision was to help to change the plight of domestic workers in Nigeria. Like you and I know, I'm sure, most of us, we have domestic workers, and I don't know if you're happy how they're treated, but that was my passion and vision to say, hey, let's make a change. Let's help them make a living out of this thing. Let's stop all the cruelty to all of these nannies. And today, there is a voice. The people have heard, people have, are listening, and the change is still happening. So now, what is that thing that you can catalyze? What is that thing that is begging for attention in society that you can help to, change, to contribute to, the change? And that's part of what it means to live a full life. Despite all of the fancy careers that I'm sure we've all fashioned out for ourselves, which are good in themselves, but then we have to make sure that we use our abilities to do good, to catalyze good, to make good to become a lasting legacy. Now, for whatever you want to do, there is no saying that you need to reinforce and keep reinforcing. And that's why even today, despite the fact that I have 2 master's degrees and several certifications and fellowships globally, I am still learning, still seeking for ways to learn, to engage. That's one thing that I want you to also bear in mind as you're going for. That you need to keep sharpening yourself, keep sharpening the sword. 3 weeks ago, I was opportune to listen to a webinar hosted by no other person than Oprah Winfrey, and it was exciting. And at the end of the day, what was my takeaway? Oprah wants to remind us, and of course for me, it was a reminder once again, not to stand on anything as an inhibition, to allow myself to flow, to soar. And for us to do that, what do we need to do? We need to be constantly sharpening ourselves, constantly reinventing ourselves. And that also brings me back to a very key point, which is the need for us to look inwards in the world of today. I mean, even this graduation is being streamed live. The internet is now our next best friend. And I wonder if that is what it should be. I wonder if the internet is going to take up all of the spaces that need to be filled in our lives. And so I want to remind us today to remember to make our time to reflect, for inward reflection, to bring out that which is within us, instead of being blinded or being conformed with what is everywhere, which is in the internet. Make our time to reflect. Make our time to bring out the you, that part of you that can connect with the needs of the world, with the purpose of your life. And I'm very certain that with these little tips that we are going to be light bearers. We are going to be able to blaze our torch so brightly that it will even shine far into the generation of your unborn children. Congratulations again, class of 2020. We'll be right here, cheering you on, clapping for you as you move forward to change the world. Thank you and have a good afternoon.